Okay, everyone. So today I will share to you to do something related to long-term liabilities or you. Okay, so let's see here. You can issue a bond to borrow money from a bank. So let's say in this example, you issue the bond on January 1st, 2023, and then the bond's stated price is 100,000. So meaning that you want to borrow 100,000 from the bank, and the stated interest rate is 6%. Okay, and at that time the market rate is 7%, which is higher than your stated interest rate, and the bond will be matured after 10 years. And please make the question ask you, please make the interest amortization schedule assuming that the issuing price is 92,894. So as the market rate is bigger than your stated interest rate, then you have to issue the bond at a discounted price, right? Well, yes, it should be discounted price because your stated interest rate is lower than the market rate, right? So your bond is less interesting in the market because you just promise to pay the interest to the creditor just 6%. So very less interesting, right? So that's why you have to issue your bond at a discounted price. All right. So this is the interest amortization schedule. Why you have to make this amortization schedule? Because your interest expense that you have to record and the interest paid that you have to pay to the creditor, to your bank, will be in different amounts. So you have to make this table. All right. So at the period zero, means that on January 1st, 2023, interest expense not yet. You don't need to record anything in these three columns. But at that time, the carrying value of the bond is 92,894. It equals to the issuing price of the bond, right? So in for me, I prefer to finish this column, the interest paid column, right? How to do this? You pay the amount of the interest that you pay to your bank is usually is based on what you promised or what you state on your bond. So how to do that? So first thing first, you have to input the stated price, which is 100,000 in this situation, and then you multiply with the stated interest rate, which is 6%. And then you have to multiply with half because you pay the interest semi-annually every 6 months. So put it as half. All right. So it is 6,000. And this number, the interest paid, is always 3,000 from the first period until the 20th period. Okay, it doesn't change. It is consistent. Because it is based on what you promise, what you state on your bond, right? So, but the interest expense, how to calculate the interest expense? The interest expense is based on the carrying value of the previous interest payment, and then you multiply with the market rate, which is 7%, and then you multiply with the half. Don't forget to multiply with half, right? So this number 325129, and then you have to calculate the amortized discount. It is the difference between the interest paid and interest expense, all right? And then you got 251.29, and then the carrying value. The carrying value after the first interest paid is this number, 93,145. So the question might be like, why you plus this together? Because why not minus, right? Because the carrying value at the beginning is 92,894, and you want to make this carrying value to be 100,000 at the end of the time, right? How to make 92 becoming 100? Do you have to deduct it or you have to plus it? Of course, you have to plus. Of course, we have to plus it, right? So that's why you have to plus 92,894 with 25129. All right. So let me do again for the second interest payment, right? So what is the first figure that you have to put here? Yes, the carrying value of the previous interest payment, which is 93145. And then you multiply with which interest rate? 6% or 7%? Yes, 7%, the interest, the market rate, right? And then you multiply, do not forget to multiply with half, all right? And then again, this one, you minus them together. And then 93145, you plus it with this number. Then you got 93405. Okay, if you do all the steps correctly, then you're going to have here 100,000. I just want to repeat that again. So let me do the magic here using the Excel functions, right? Just drag them like this, and then you drag them like this, and then you drag them like this, and then you do them like this. Is it 100,000? Yeah, you got 100,000. All right. So if the question asks you, please make the journal entries at this date. All right. So at this date, meaning that it is, let's say July 31. Sorry, not sorry, June 30. How to make the journal entries? So you have to record interest expense. How much is the interest expense? The interest expense is this number. And then what else? And then interest expense must be on the credit side. Sorry, it has to be cash here. It represents the interest that you paid, right? And then what is the remaining here? Okay, the remaining here you write as a discount on bond payable, right? So this one represents this, okay? All right, so I think it should be clear. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.